look, we're repealing this policy, we're changing our ways, and it all sounded great. And despite my instinct to throw up like a Ron Burgundy, I don't believe you meme on top of that, maybe, but you know what's going to stop that kind of behavior probably is a huge sort of shakeup like this, because Lord only knows. Lord only knows. We are Armed Attorneys. Is it the end of the ATF as we know it? Today we're talking about a proposal to merge the ATF with the DEA. Is this a good idea, bad idea? And what does it mean for the new kindler, gentler, cool mom ATF we've been seeing post on social media about their upcoming plans? But before we get started, show your support for the Second Amendment by hitting the like button. And today's video is sponsored by Aura.
You want to see something crazy?
Yeah.
I just Googled Edwin. His address is 1 Street.
Oh.
And the phone number.
Where are you getting this?
I just Googled it.
It's scary how easy someone can Google a name and find out a person's private information, including home address, phone number, email address, and more. These sites are operated by data brokers that collect information from all over the place, including data breaches. They pack up your personal information, they sell it to anyone who wants it, including scammers and identity thieves, all without your consent. We know it's a big threat, but unfortunately, it's completely legal.
And even if these companies are required to take the information down, good luck not getting buried in the process. Or you can do what we do. Use Aura, the sponsor of today's video. Aura does so much more than just removing your name from Google searches. Aura alerts me if they find my phone number, email, social security number on the dark web. They also let me know fast if anyone tries to use my information to access my credit or bank accounts, and if the worst case scenario happens, Aura provides up to $5 million in identity theft insurance to help cover the damage.
Aura also includes a world-class VPN, password manager, real-time credit and identity theft monitoring, internet parental controls, and malware protection, all inside one app. Aura helps protect your identity, your money, and your peace of mind. Let Aura do the hard work of keeping you safe online. Go to aura.com/armedattorneys to try 14 days for free.
And that's enough time for Aura to start scrubbing your personal info off these data broker sites automatically. Not like a regular ATF, I'm a cool ATF.
It's a cool ATF.
Yeah, so, what does this mean? Now, we got this report, this came out of Reuters a couple of weeks ago about there being some discussion, to the surprise of the heads of the department, that, hey, the Trump administration is looking into merging the ATF with the DEA, the Drug Enforcement Agency. They have a lot of overlap functions. This is all part of DOJ, government efficiency, whatnot.
They're all cool police. I mean, let's be honest.
Sure. Yeah. Right. But, there are some kind of concerning things here. The DEA is a gigantic organization. It's about 3 times the size as far as budget goes, about twice as big as far as staff goes than the ATF. If they merge it, I mean, they're not going to get rid of all these ATF people. They're going to bring over the vast majority of them. They're going to bring their budget with them.
And the ATF budget is whittled down and it's non-transferable. I mean, we're already getting into the meat of this, but let's just start out with what's realistic here. So yes, the DEA is a much glitzier 3-letter agency.
Well, and this is a conversation I've heard, I see this in the comments too, where it's like, abolish the ATF. Totally agree with that. But there is a legitimate concern here. All right, you smash the ATF. All the United States code and federal regulation and all the other kind of, administrative stuff that the ATF is doing, that doesn't go away. It just gets reassigned to different agencies. So for the time being, I mean, I'll say until the NFA, all these infringements are repealed, you want a singular target for, the gun community to focus on.
Yes, you do. Because like Richard said, you just abolished the ATF. All you've done is skip to the end of Little Shop of Horrors, where you kill the plants eating the people, and then there's little plants pop up everywhere. You're just gonna get tiny little Audrey 2s all over the place in the form of different bodies to fight who are trying to take your gun rights away.
Yeah, so
but this doesn't do that, right? This is a merger of the two agencies, but it's worse. It's worse. It would be worse than fighting a bazillion fights, I think, at the end of the day.
Well, say what you will. I mean, the ATF, when they do investigations, I would much rather go up against the ATF in a federal district court than the DEA. I don't know what that says about the ATF, what it says about the DEA. But, I mean, budget and personnel to handle investigations, all these other things, that kind of stuff matters when looking at, all right, infringements of the Second Amendment, these other things. So I mean, that's probably my chief concern between this potential merger. What other kind of things do we look at when, hey, is this a good idea or a bad idea?
Well, I mean, I think you can look directly to Operation was Fast and Furious, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah, so back to the Obama administration and look at the cooperation between DEA and ATF in terms of like planned buys and trying to
yeah, gun
essentially
walking and
entrap people. But you have more resources. You've got a better investigation skills. I mean, this is it's not good.
well, to like tie those two things together, the DEA was assisting with a lot of the intelligence side of, and so was the. I mean, all the three-letter agencies were involved, but I mean, I think the DEA, we can talk about them because this cartel stuff, firearms running, drug selling. I mean, those two things were very much intertwined. The intelligence sharing between those two agencies. Guess what? There was a huge problem with Fast and Furious. They lost track of all of these guns that were subsequently used in crimes. And it seems like nobody was really held accountable for that.
No, they were not. So, I mean, best case scenario, I guess silver lining if this did happen would be maybe things were just so disorganized and so much of the budget is devoted to DEA activity that maybe the gun stuff gets lost.
Sure.
I don't know. I'm just trying to come up with something good. It's not a sure thing.
No. Right now, this is just a proposal. But I will say, I mean, I guess the other consideration is what you talked about earlier with the kindler and gentler ATF. We have seen, I mean, it seems like we're making progress from every measurable, whatever. It looks like things are going the right direction.
Yes, despite my immediate impulse. So of course I'm scrolling Facebook the other day because I don't think I'm old enough for Facebook to be my favorite social media platform, but I'm old at heart. My
Sure.
spirit is old. And so I was scrolling Facebook, and of course I follow lots of people.
On your what are those called?
On my
Your
jitterbug.
Yeah.
Love them or hate them, right? You follow lots of people because sometimes it's people you like and sometimes it's people you hate. And so one of those bodies I follow is the ATF. And they had posted about how, the zero tolerance ATF days are gone. And it was this lovely description about how, like, we have been punishing people for just inverting numbers on their FFL license when they fill out a 4473, and that's a human error, and we're not going to do that anymore. Now, they didn't apologize for it, but it was this like, look, we're repealing this policy, we're changing our ways, and it all sounded great. And despite my instinct to throw up like a Ron Burgundy "I don't believe you" meme on top of that, maybe, but what's going to stop that kind of behavior probably is a huge sort of shakeup like this, because Lord only knows who's going to be in charge, what we're going to get, what the new priorities are going to be, and maybe anything that the ATF was going to deprioritize and be a little kinder and gentler about for the moment.
Yeah, I mean, they're telling people who got their FFLs revoked to reapply.
Yeah, super awesome. Love that. But like maybe all those things get put on the back burner until we have a, Democratic administration who now is like, hell yeah, dog, gear it up. We got lots more money now and we got, regulatory bodies to burn it up. Let's go.
Well, and this was one of those deals that, if I'm remembering correctly, the Democrats wanted the ATF to get merged into the DEA.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and
Don't remember that, but
somebody
I trust
fact check me on that and check me in the comments. I think this has been kind of a long haul push on that too. So, I'm skeptical when I see that kind of stuff. They propose a policy. Not saying that we should automatically oppose everything that they say. Most of the time, the instinct is right though when you do. So I'd be really interested to look into that to see, what was the actual reasoning behind that. But that huge budget, the huge staff, this kind of cooperation and breakdown in the past, maybe we don't get the kinder and gentler ATF we've had lately. I don't know. There's a lot here.
There's a lot here. Did we already RIP Doge?
No, we haven't RIP Doge.
Okay. Because
Where's our 40?
I mean, there was, I think, potentially so much So much opportunity here, so much opportunity. And of course, you know, DEA, I'm a little bit friendlier to, in that, you know, I think the law enforcement duties of the DEA are important. They do require money. But, you know, man, it just seems like we're stomping on governmental efficiency and pouring a lot more money into the ATF is what this is going to mean. And I just don't care for it.
Yeah, but we hope you enjoyed this discussion. If you did, consider subscribing, hitting that like button, and help us fight the anti-2A algorithm by sharing this video.
And as always, question and comment for us below, and go check out today's sponsor, Aura. Until next time, we're the Armed Attorneys.